Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another content creator program video. Today, it's sad, we're talking about a brand new character, movie related, without the movie. It was pushed back to November, so we just have this random Black Widow event with no correlation, no idea what's actually going on with these characters in the MCU. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's an anomaly, of course, and a lot of people don't like when these new characters get added when there's characters of them, versions of them already in game that kind of usually need a buff, or in this case just need to have kind of a resurgence in people owning her at like a 5-star level or a 6-star level, because she's quite the rare champion right now. I don't have her as a 5-star. I know a lot of people don't. So yeah, but me personally, I kind of like when there's new characters coming to the movies, because I go and see the movie and I'm like, that was so good, and then I want to play the character in game, and like that's obviously their marketing strategy, and it's a good one. It's a damn good one. The MCU is the most popular thing in cinematic history, so it's obviously a good business model, and it makes sense. They make a lot of money usually when the characters are good. Like, for example, Captain Marvel, and Nick Fury. That month was just insane for her movie. Two amazing characters, they're top of their class, man. Nick Fury is arguably the best in his class. Captain Marvel, I say she's number 2 behind Corvus. So, that's great. They're great additions. But this new Black Widow, man, I'm honestly not a fan. I'm really not a fan of her. As far as the synergies go, she got an alright one with Red Guardian. Don't have them though, so I can't test it. This one with Taskmaster is really good, but it's with Taskmaster, so you gotta lug him around. Basically, each time Black Widow strikes with Widow's inside active, she gains 2% of a bar of power. It's pretty good synergy. One with Ronin and Hawkeye here. Reduce the potency of incoming bleed debuffs by 10%. Reduce the potency by an additional 10% if either Ronin or Hawkeye is dead. And that's okay, maybe for running suicides, but like the Nick Fury synergy is way better. It purifies it and gives you a regen. And then this one, I think it's kind of bugged. I tried using it and it wasn't working. You're supposed to get a cruelty, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. The other synergy is just pretty basic. But as far as her actual abilities go, so the problem is her damage sucks. And her damage, I think Cam did the math, and 55% of her damage output is from her shocks. So if you're fighting someone who is shock immune, you're screwed, damage-wise. Now, she has so 2 main ways to do damage: her actual physical damage output and her shock damage. But there's also a third way, and this is what I really hate. So it's with a new debuff called Sabotage. So how you get this is when caused to miss, gain a passive evade, granting 100% chance to evade the next basic attack. It's basic attack, not a special attack. So if the enemy throws a special attack, you're screwed. And if they like evade into a special attack, you're gonna get hit. So it lasts for 8 seconds. After triggering an evade, this effect is removed. Evade does not trigger while holding block. When triggering an evade, Black Widow counterattacks with a flashbang. This attack cannot miss and does not generate power. So you're probably thinking like it's kind of like an Elsa Bloodstone type counterattack, except you can't do a combo after it, which is annoying, but okay, still a good mechanic. And so when triggering evade through any of Black Widow's personal evade abilities, inflict a Sabotage debuff, reducing defensive ability accuracy by 20% for 6 seconds. Sabotage deals 26.8 direct damage. It's direct. It's not just damage. It's direct damage whenever an opponent's defensive abilities fail to trigger. So two things. Is that a joke? 26.8 damage. That's great damage if I'm fighting 1-stars. Really? 26.8 damage versus characters that have an abyss, millions of health. Yeah, that's gonna put in a real dent. And 2, is only triggers if one of their defensive abilities fails to trigger. Now, what makes this even worse is her whole signature ability is based around this Sabotage effect. So increase the potency of Sabotage debuffs, increasing direct damage done when abilities fail to trigger by 120%. 120% of 26.8 damage is still nothing. You know, 0 times 100 is 0. You know, it's obviously more than it's an increase, but it's still so insignificant, man. It's so insignificant. And then you also can increase the duration of Sabotage debuffs by 80%. Cool, it stays longer. I get more insignificant damage. And then also you can make it stay even longer by landing attacks while Widow's Insight is active. And this is Sig 200. Sig 200. Just really, really not a fan of this. Something I'm also not a fan of is her Widow's Insight. I think it's actually a cool mechanic, but so it says max stacks 50. You know, usually when there's something with max stacks or something, you know, some characters, they have like a special 3 where they give you basically something you got to do, and if you can do it, you get a big attack increase or you get rewarded in some way. So Black Widow's way of rewarding you is if you build up to 50 stacks of this Widow's Insight and then you use a special 3, you're going to get 5 stacks. For every 5 stacks of Widow's Insight, you're going to gain a passive Cruelty, increasing critical damage rating by 400 for 30 seconds. So 5 times 10 is obviously 50, so you can get 10 of these Cruelty passives. That sounds good, right? And when I read that, I'm like, cool. So I tested it. I did 2 tests. So first test I did was I took Winter Soldier down doing this, building up to 50 Widow's Insight, using the special 3, seeing how my damage increased. And then I did another fight, only using special 2s. And guess which one I did more damage in? The second one, only using special 2s. So it's like, why even? Why? Why should I even build up the Widow's Insight? Why should I even get these Cruelty passives if I can just do more damage by spamming the special 2? You know, it's just, it's not worth it. So the special 2 is by far the way to go. So just spam special 2s because deal 2,500 as a burst of shock damage when striking shocked opponents. If Widow's Insight is active, all hits reduce defensive ability accuracy by 70%. So with Widow's Insight active, you get some perks. So light hits increase shock ability accuracy by a flat 60%. Medium hits reduce defensive ability accuracy by 70%. Now if you pair that with the Sabotage debuff, it takes your mediums to reduce defensive ability accuracy by 90%, which is good, but again, it's not 100. You know, why can't that just be 100? Because then you can guarantee bypass abilities. But no, there's a chance for you to still get screwed. And I'm not a fan of that. And then heavy hits, 100% chance to inflict a stun for 1.75 seconds. I think this is kind of like a Captain Marvel stun where you punish a heavy with a heavy, you stun them. And then any combo has 100% chance to get a precision buff, so you can increase your critical rating, which is kind of nice, just to get some more crits. But again, it's not hitting that hard. Now, special 1 is the way to get the Sabotage debuff up in a fight where you can't miss. Because remember, the only way to get that Sabotage debuff was when you miss. You gain the evade passive, but with the L1, you get one on you. So that's how you do it in normal matchups. But again, even if you get the Sabotage debuff up, it's nothing crazy damage-wise. So now let's get into some gameplay to really show you guys the damage that I'm talking about. Alright guys, starting out with some of the good about this character. Here's the Guillotine matchup, and so being able to get around that miss is a really nice mechanic. So right here you see we get the evade and I'm just chilling. So boom, we counter attack there. And it's nice. That is really nice. I do like that. It's one of the very few things that I really like about this character. But as you can see our damage output, this is with suicides as well. It's just not feeling very good. It's just not feeling very good. The special 2 is the best way to get off the damage. Right there, boom, you see we countered her miss twice there, 3 times. So that's really nice. That is really nice. But again, one of the very few things that I like about this character. Now, let me show you the Thing matchup. So, you know, they said, Kabam said in, I might have been in the deep dive video they did on their YouTube channel, that the Thing matchup is pretty good. Or they might have said somewhere else, I don't know. But, you know, I wanted to try this Thing matchup. So, you know, normally with any champ, I can fight Thing, no problem. You know, you push him to 15 rock stacks, you get rid of the special attack, you get rid of the rock stacks. You don't need to bleed him, you don't need anything special, you don't need ability accuracy, you know. So right there, I wanted to push him to 15, and I only pushed him to 14. So, you know, it's annoying. But I get him over 15, and beta special, get rid of those rock stacks, and I'm going to have Widow's Insight. But as you can see, I'm still applying the rock stacks. On the first two mediums, I applied 2. Right here, I use the L1 just to get that evade going, so I get the Sabotage debuff up to try to deal some damage, because, you know, he's shock immune. But you can see the damage, it's so insignificant, man. It's just kind of sad, the damage output. Really not a fan of it. Right here, I use the L1, and yeah, I made him unstoppable. It's annoying. Right there, we get the evade, which is nice. Get the Sabotage up. He's at 15 rock stacks right now, and I go for a combo right there. Yeah, we gave the rock stacks the unstoppable. He just evaded. That's fun. That's always fun. And I really don't like this matchup. It's so much going on, so much trying to, like, I'd rather just fight Thing normally with any other champion. Just push him to 15 rock stacks, beta special attack. So much simpler. Don't have to worry. Really not a fan of the matchup. And your damage output on, even if you're playing perfectly, you're bypassing the rock stacks, whatever, the damage output is still so low. It's so low, even with class advantage, because you don't have your shock damage. And that's where I think Cam did the math, and I think he said it was like 55% of her damage output comes from the shocks. So, in a matchup where they're shock immune, it's just not really going to be a good time. Next up here, we have some Winter Soldier gameplay, so you guys can really just gauge the damage for yourself. So this is a matchup where I'm just going to be spamming special 2s. Get to special 2, drop it. Get to special 2, drop it. Get to special 2, drop it. And I think in total it's about 186 hits versus doing the special 3 thing where you get those cruelties. It was around 236 hits. But I'm not going to show you both takedowns because we'd be here for like another 8 minutes. But I'll show you what the damage looks like with the 10 cruelties so you can just see it after this fight. So yeah, pretty much just how you want to play her is just to get that Widow's Insight up here. So it's pretty much just not parrying, because when you parry you don't get the Widow's Insight, but if you do pretty much anything else you do get the Widow's Insight. Not anything else, but most things, you know, punishing a special attack, baiting out a heavy attack, intercepting, anything like that, and you're gonna get the Widow's Insight when you're attacking. So that's good. And yeah, ending the combo is gonna give you those precision buffs that I'm activating up there just to help the crit rate a bit. But the damage is a little bit deceiving on the hits because of these 7-hit combos, so that is one thing to keep in mind. I know when Stealth Spidey came out, people kind of thought his damage was a bit low, but the 7-hit combos is a factor. You got to factor in how much damage a 5-hit combo does, and how each hit is doing more damage than a 7-hit combo, because there's 2 extra hits, so you know you have to factor that in when you look at these numbers. And the L2 is satisfying. The L2 is fairly satisfying to use, and the damage output on it, especially with the Taskmaster synergy, which is what I have here. So that's allowing me to get to more special 2s. But again, that's a synergy. You're not going to always have that. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that should, I think Cam said that he thinks that should just be built in to her base kit, and I definitely agree with that, because she needs it, man. She needs a lot more, honestly. I'm just not a fan of how the ability accuracy reduction works. Not a fan of the damage output. Not a fan of just how you play her, honestly. The 7-hit combos don't bother me. That's fine. You know, I love Stealth Spidey. Yeah, 7-hit combos, I'm used to it. It takes a little bit getting used to. At first, it can be a little jarring, but that's not a problem. But just for abilities, man, I'm just really not a fan. Really disappointed because of, you know, she's so cool in the movies, and she's finally getting her own solo movie. She's just not that good. Honestly, she's just, I don't think she's that good. Again, this is only a rank 3 5-star. Maybe if I was playing a 565, I'd feel a bit differently, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very interested to see and hear your guys' opinions. Yeah, I don't know. Just Every new skill champ that comes out, you got to compare them to the best skill champ, which is obviously Nick Fury, and just so far off of Nick, you know, utility and damage wise, so far off what Nick can do. So I don't know, why use her when you can use Nick Fury, you know? So yeah, 188 hits, and versus doing the cruelties, it's around 230 hits, which here's the damage with the 10 cruelties, and it's definitely better, but again, it's just more worth it to just focus on the special 2s. But yeah, so here's the damage with the cruelties, and it definitely does look better. Go for an L2 here with it, and yeah, so you can be the judge of the damage yourself. But that's going to do it for this video. That's all the gameplay I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think of this brand new character. I'm really excited for Red Guardian. He's looking way better. Hopefully the next CCP video I'm in a bit of higher spirits and a bit more excited about the character that we're talking about. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy my honest thoughts and opinion on this brand new character, drop me one of these. I would appreciate it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.